But this is the victory. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. James talks about temptation, and he begins by saying, let no man say, he's talking to you, he's talking to me, he's talking to us all. Let no man say when he is tempted that God did this to me. But rather every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. And when lust, God, has conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And when sin is finished, it bringeth forth death. Today I want to talk to you, because the Lord told me to, from the subject overcoming temptation. And you know, it gets deep when you go to talking about temptation. That's why people get quiet. And don't want to say amen because if they talk too loud, they'll sound too obvious. But if they don't say nothing, then you're going to think they're talking about them. But James begins to clear something up for us. And James says it like this. Don't say that when you're tempted, it's okay because God did. One of the most dangerous words, I believe, in the English language is temptation. For just the mere word alone brings about thoughts of men, great women in history who have given in and who have met an untimely demise simply because they did not have the power to resist. You think about David and Bathsheba. We preached on that a couple of weeks ago. When David looked out over the housetop and saw a woman who the Bible said wasn't an ugly woman. Now you know David probably could have kept it moving had Bathsheba been ugly. But the devil knows just how to get you. Oh, look at y'all getting quiet here. I said the devil knows what flavor you like. That's the reason why he sends every woman. Oh God, could I just take my time and preach this here? I mean, really, could I preach this? Amen. That's why the devil, amen, don't just have one set or one type of woman that he's going to send your way. The devil want to keep going until he find out what buttons to push. And sisters, the devil know what kind of man you like. Oh God, y'all ain't saying nothing here. Y'all ain't talking here. And some of us done voiced that, child, I want me a bow-legged man. I want this. And now you got brothers walking around ain't even bow-legged, just trying to be bow-legged because that's what you said you like. Oh God, you like a bow-legged flavor? Look at y'all getting quiet here. I said the devil know what you like. And while you expressing yourself and telling everybody what flavor you like, you better be careful because now people will adapt themselves. Y'all ain't saying that. Look at y'all getting quiet here. You know, we got, could I just say this? I ain't talking about nobody. Now listen, but now when the devil know what you like, and this is why you got to be careful, even as a child of God. Could I talk to my father's children? You got to be careful as a child of God, because what the devil wants to do, the devil wants to present you with a package that looks too good for you to pass up. Y'all ain't talking here. And all it takes is just a little bit of wavering. All it takes is getting your eyes over the Lord for just a little while, and what you thought was a treat, God, ended up being a trick. Look at y'all, ain't saying nothing here. You done got up and testified. That's why you got to watch what you say when you testify. I can't wait for people to learn how to testify right. Look at y'all, ain't saying nothing here. Child, I'm waiting on God. He promised me he was going to send me a woman with long hair. Oh, God, y'all ain't saying nothing here. It used to be, now I told him this the other day. Oh, could I just preach this? Could I take some time? It used to be where you had to work on growing your hair. You know that y'all have to work at it. Oh, look at the church getting quiet here. You used to have to, I ain't talking about nobody, but you used to have to take the time out. You putting cholesterol treatments on and all that kind of stuff because it took time. Y'all ain't talking here. That's why a friend of mine told me, he said, listen, you can't ever talk about nobody but the way they are, because nowadays you can change. And if anybody's the way they are, chances are they want to be that way. You can't call nobody nappy-headed now, because they'll pay $60 to go somewhere for somebody to nap up their head. Y'all ain't talking here. Oh, look at the church getting quiet here. He told me, he said, you can't call nobody dark skinned now, because now you go to the drugstore, honey, get you 2 creams and mix them together, put them on before you go to bed, you wake up and you're light skinned. Oh, look at the church ain't saying nothing here. And the devil know look at y'all, why y'all laughing? I said, the devil know your flavor. Oh, yeah. Oh, honey, I want me a long-haired woman. Oh, she heard you say that. And child, the next Sunday, I said, the next Sunday, oh, my Lord. It used to, could I preach here? Now, if you're going to try this, now listen, at least try to fool people. Amen. Try to fool somebody. If it's on your neck this Sunday, don't come back here next Sunday with it all the way down here. Amen. Take it step by step. Oh, look at y'all getting quiet. I wish I could preach this here today. Oh, church, could I preach, Mother Thomas? They laughing at me. Amen. But see, when you understand the nature of the enemy, then you know that the enemy will do whatever he got to do to sidetrack you. I figured the church was going to get quiet here. If there was nothing in you to which sin could appeal. In other words, there's some flesh. Oh, God. Can I talk about the flesh? I said there is some flesh. Oh, God, that the enemy wants to appeal to. Now, you've got to realize that flesh is not necessarily your skin. Because you can be proud and be in the flesh. Oh, y'all ain't saying nothing here. Oh, God, you can hate people and be in the flesh. But when you talk about being in the flesh, many times people talk about the sins of the body. Oh, no, but I'm not talking about the sin of your flesh, of your skin. God, I'm talking about your flesh, which is anything in you that the devil can connect with to turn you around. Because there's times when if we could, we blame the devil for everything. God said you can't blame the devil for this, because sin wouldn't even be a problem for you if there was nothing in you in the first place. Oh, God, that the devil could appeal to. Oh, could I preach here? But many times it comes from our own desire. That's why you got to be careful when you first start to feel stuff going on and working in you. Because if you don't oppose it, y'all ain't saying nothing here, then what's happening is that is now the birth of a monster. It's amazing how many people will sit right up in church and don't realize there's a monster growing in them. And that monster is your own desire. Because you can't blame the devil for everything, because there is some stuff that you like to do. Y'all can get quiet if you want to, but I'm going to preach this here today. I said there's some stuff. Oh God, if you ain't careful, the devil will connect with some stuff in you that you still, oh God, you like to do. Stuff that you ain't turned over to the Lord. Look at the church getting quiet now. See, the devil knows you. He knows all about you. And the devil knows what you like to do. He knows when you haven't been praying. Y'all ain't saying nothing here. And he knows when you haven't been seeking the face of God. And when you get to your weakened state, then the devil presents you with something that's too good for you to pass. This is why temptation is so dangerous.